Hello, hello. Hi, Marizete. How are you?
Rachel, I'm fine. Wonderful. And you?
I am doing very well. I love this impromptu topic for this week and this month and this. Wow, can you imagine if we live this way every day? Born single and loving
hmm
it. Mm.
And we brought up this conversation because tomorrow it's going to be the Valentine's Day.
Hmm.
Looks like there is an energy around the world of you need a partner. And if you don't have someone to celebrate this day, you are totally out of this.
You are
And
nothing.
lots of people choosing sadness and loneliness. What if this is a choice and as we call this conversations, born single and enjoying it?
Yeah, regardless of your relationship status. Like it really
Mhm.
doesn't matter if you're single or you're married or you have a boyfriend or girlfriend or just your favorite pet cat. It makes no difference. You're single. You showed up as this individual, this amazing individual on the planet. And what if you actually began celebrating you for being this complete and amazing being? We don't
Yeah,
need anybody else to complete us. We're like amazing, really amazing people just on our own.
yeah, and this is definitely is a topic that for women is very conflicted because we were raised to have a partner,
Yes.
and if you don't have a partner, you're a loser, or what happened with you that you are not in a relationship. And I would like to ask all the women, what if the main relationship you have is with yourself, and to create this joy, the pleasure of being you, and creating a future, different future of this program that we bought from our grandmothers, mothers, and and uncles, all the family, and the culture, the cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this evening I was.
Bring up something because, being the one that's married and still single, right, all at the same time, the way that I am, as soon as we spoke about that we have this energy of, having to be married, there was this, or else we're not doing our job. There was this energy that came up that we have a job to, I don't know, continue the species or to serve someone or to take, yes, that this is the only way that this world can continue is if we buy into that program or that idea rather than nurturing us. And
Mhm.
that's really interesting. How much of that pressure to have an attachment or to be defined by I am a mother and I have children and that I have a man to complete me, like that Jerry Maguire. I don't know if you remember that movie. There was the one scene where he comes back in the room after they've separated and she's in with the girls with her sister, and he comes in and he just starts telling her how much she loves him, but he starts with the you complete me, and afterwards she said you had me at hello. But what if we don't require
Wow.
anybody to complete us? So all those messages that we've ever gotten, how much are they to maintain? See, the other little girl agrees with me too.
I'm so happy.
Another lady of the family, she's like, yay, somebody's getting it. What if we don't require anyone to complete us? What if we are this whole and amazing being in and of ourselves? This joyful celebration walking, just being ourselves, regardless of marital status or whatever it is that people put on Twitter or on Facebook.
With her
Status complicated.
Annabelle. Annabelle's around.
Amanda's right here. Yeah.
That's interesting. When we were having this conversation before, like 2 hours ago. That's when we decided to make this prompt call, and we were talking about this state of being the individual, being you in any relationship you have. Because there are lots of women that choose sometimes to have a relationship with their jobs. The Prince Charming. If I am enough successful with this job, then I will be happy. Or with their kids, or with their friends, or social life, or even being single. Okay, they have this commitment with this partner that you is functioning from the needing, and lacking.
Yes.
And being single is a choice.
Yes.
Even though we were born single, and what if you could choose to be single in any relationship you are using as like the Prince Charming, and you start to inviting people to play with you and to enjoy the joy of you being you, and not have to apologize for being single, especially in this time
of the year.
time of the year that all people are like, oh my God, I'm suffering, and there are hearts all over. And Rachel, you're
Well,
married.
I remember when we moved to the United States, we moved from Israel, and I don't remember as a child anybody celebrating Valentine's Day in Israel, for example. Maybe they do, maybe the adults did, but it wasn't in my awareness at all. And it wasn't something that I saw much of. And we moved in December, so it was right after Christmas, a couple of months before Valentine's Day. And I remember being in public school in 5th grade, so I was 10 and a half. On Valentine's Day, everyone, I had no idea because I didn't know this existed, but everyone brought little Valentine's Day cards, these little cartoony cutout hearts, or they would bring candy, or they would bring flowers for the people that they liked, or the people that were popular, or whatever the case was. I was still brand new and I had no idea with English. So there was this very palpable energy of the people that received a lot, they were the lucky ones. And everyone else was this eh. So if you've ever been in that kind of position, or put yourself in that kind of position just by, trying to figure out how this quote unquote reality works, what if we just let that go to start with? And secondly, if I were speaking to that little girl now, I go, well, what would you like to have? And what would you like to choose? So as a woman, tomorrow, it would be my day to buy myself flowers and to enjoy a special time with myself, pleasing myself, looking myself in the eyes, gazing in the mirror and saying, wow, how did I get so lucky to have you, me, in my life as I'm looking at my reflection. That would be my time to go, what would be so amazing for us to wear today and to enjoy today, and to really just to take that moment to go, I don't require anyone from the outside to validate me by handing me a flower or by giving me a little cutout cartoon card or a box of heart-shaped candies. I'm just happy to be with me. And to my party, if other people would like to come and join the celebration of being themselves, awesome. That would be so cool.
Mm-hmm. Be this invitation. And when you were talking about this story in Israel, I was like, for me, this day in Brazil, we celebrate Valentine's Day, not February 14. It's 12 June, it's my birthday. And I grew up with this charge of my father told me, oh, you are the gift. You are the gift, this Valentine's gift to your mother. And I was like, and everybody asked me, is this day your boyfriend gives you two gifts? And there were a lot of conclusions, decisions, projections around this day, and create so much like crankness in my world. And here is for different here in Europe and in North America, and in North America where you are, and for me, this when we were talking about this day of people bringing flowers, for me it was a day of celebration of love. That now I perceive that's this space of gratitude, gratitude for being here, gratitude for choosing different in this world, gratitude for being contribution, to receive contribution from the earth. And what if these days that they celebrate who you are, who you be, and the grateful you are for you, because
Yes.
so easy
Wherever
to
you
go
are, not grateful for you when you lose 5 pounds, not grateful for you when you have, all your shit lined up. No, it doesn't matter. It's just grateful for, yeah, grateful for exactly the exuberance and even the mess, whatever it is, wherever you are, just grateful for I am alive, I'm here. I'm like, whoa, pinch me. I can't believe I'm still here. Like it's such an amazing space to be in. And I love what you said with that gratitude is in the space of gratitude, there's no judgment. And in the space of love, there's a lot of conditions involved. Like when I think of somebody that I love and I try to hate them. I can do that really easily. It's a very easy kind of switch. It's not even like the flip of a coin. It's just so close. There's so many points of view about what we expect or what other people expect or whatever. So, we can let all of those expectations go as well. But this energy of gratitude that you were speaking of is this space of just this, oh wow, I have tears coming to my eyes because when I'm in the space of gratitude, there is no judgment. There is no twist or expectation. It's just like, it is what it is. And I'm grateful for what it is right now and how it is right now. And there isn't that angst of that it has to look or to be or to function any differently. It just is. And there's such a space to that. And a day of gratitude is so different than a day of the signs and the symbols and the emblems and the ideals of love. With Cupid and the hearts and the roses and all these expectations for what do you do on the day of love, the Valentine's Day.
So everything there is, thank God, billions, right? Let's do 1, 2, 3. To explain and create all the projections, expectations, separation about love, Valentine's Day, all the hearts, all the gifts that people have to buy, blah blah blah. And let's do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now. Wow.
Yeah.
And, we came to this conversation because Rachel is married. I am happily single.
And twice divorced. So I've had the experience of being married before. I'm divorced once and married 3 times, I guess. Twice to the same guy, once to a different guy. But yeah.
married like twice, and I've been married like 20 years in a row. Like
Total.
the first time I'm single and like wow, different space. Wow. And it's like for the first time I perceive that I have that's a choice, and I'm not functioning from this place of running to come back to that to fit this reality.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun, so much joy, and look at the animals, like the cats, the dogs, how they create relationship not from this reality but from communion.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that I don't have relationship. I have relationship with my friends, my lovers, my I have this space of playfulness with my creation, with all around, and it's so much more rich and joyful and playful and and rich, and there is this space of wellness, yes,
Yeah.
well-being,
Well-being.
well-being, like what I'm going to choose now, 10 seconds more, and it's different space and energy from when you function from needy and lack.
So it's this sense of independence, literally inner.
Yeah,
You
right.
you create your life. You're not dependent on someone else to give you permission or give you approval or tell you what you can or can't do to choose what you'd like in your
Yes,
life as well.
I also figure out from this space that I always been single even when I was married, because even inside of a relationship, marriage, or whatever we call, there is always this space of communion with yourselves if you choose it,
Yes.
this space of being, and, and every time we choose the side of when we are having a marriage or a relationship, whatever, we choose to be ourselves and not cut any parts of ourselves. And we play with this energy of there are other choices.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship is more rich.
Yes. And
It's
vibrant.
Yeah. And Gary Douglas talks about this in the book, the Salon de Femme, that when there are lots of couples that they are not, they are in a relationship, 99% of people, they are in a relationship because they can't handle to be by themselves, because they don't have themselves. So they choose to be in a relationship even though they are not happy. So when people choose this, instead of creating something different, something to exponentialize the relationship with something different, they get stuck on the all these standards patterns. What if you could, instead of this, choose something different, different possibilities? Like, what if you could? Gary talks about this in the Salon de Femme. What if you could go out with your husband or your boyfriend or your fiancé or your lover, and what if you could go and play with him? Like, hey, look around. Oh, what a beautiful woman. Or the man, what a beautiful man. And just to tease and to create this energy of there are possibilities for the bodies turn on again, to create something different, because there are lots of people that they're feeling boring in the relationship.
And yeah, where you always have to be with the same person, the same person, the same person, by going out and just looking and playing together
with your husband and say, hey,
yeah, exactly, like, whoa, check her out. Or check him out.
Like in this space of honoring the possibilities. And because Gary, when he speaks about it, he wants us to have this awareness of you are you, the other person are them, and both of you has choices, and these possibilities create something else. Not the thing like you're mine, I am yours, and you're gonna be like closer here. And this aspect of the relationships, that's when people choose to create those barriers and to lock themselves.
Have you heard the saying, if you love something, let it go? And if it comes back to you, it's yours. If it doesn't, so whatever. But what's interesting is when you said, you know, when something is yours and you kind of, you have to hide it, it seemed like, or you lock it away, it seems like taking your husband or your wife or insignificant other, whatever it is, and sticking them in a trunk and locking it, and you can only come out to play with me, and anything else you have to be locked in there. And this doesn't mean that they're going to go out and be with other partners, or that you're going to go out and be with other partners.
Space of honoring.
Exactly. That we're actually full and complete amazing human beings who enjoy just the play and the teasing and the receiving of the energy, from even watching a movie and seeing someone beautiful and commenting on that, like, wow, isn't that amazing? And receiving the contribution of all those
in all directions, because it's not excluding anything. That's when we can create something different, a relationship beyond this reality. And there are lots of people, but to choose this, it would be a dose of confidence that it's extremely attractive when a woman or in a man they are confident. It's extremely attractive for anybody when you see that the person trusts themselves. And being this space of, wow, what else is possible here? It doesn't mean that we're gonna go out with the other person, but just to be this space of, well, okay, everything's possible.
You're willing to receive the energy. You don't have to actually act on anything, but you're willing to receive that energy. And it's a huge contribution when we're willing to receive all energies and to be whatever energy is required. So yeah, I love that. So when we exclude others from our relationships, aren't we also excluding ourselves?
Mm-hmm. Totally. That's a good point, Rachel. And there is this world that's like, especially during Valentine's, there are the singles and there are the married people, and there are the people that are choosing differently. Okay. And there is this exclusion of, if you are single, don't come to my to my place, to my universe, as if it were being single would be a trap. What if you could be the invitation of, could invite this energy of single to your universe, like go out with some single friend and flirt and enjoy the possibilities, and look how what contribution can it be when you come back to your house, how your husband will look to you, and just play and see what else is possible.
Yeah, I love that flirting. I love that flirting. And what if you could flirt with everyone, with kids, with pets, with men, with women, with the grocery clerk, with the guy who fills up gas in your car, with everybody. If you smile and you wink at yourself as you walk past, a mirror, what if you begin to flirt with life and literally you come alive? So it makes no difference whether you're married or single or whatever it is. You're just this exuberant being who's alive. And In the chat, Karina wrote, when I got married, there was a cartoon saying that love is one half plus one half. And in Spanish, I know sometimes they say media naranja, like you have to have some other half to complete you. And for me, love or relationship means 1 plus 1. So creating something that's greater. And it's really interesting being, regardless of whatever our quote-unquote relationship status is, when we're willing to be us, when we're willing to be complete, when we're willing to be ourselves and include ourselves in whatever it is that we're...
Any relationship.
Yeah. Because so often when we go into a relationship, we start to cut off bits and pieces of ourselves to make sure that nobody's offended. Ooh, he liked when I flirted, but if I flirt now, well, then that's not appropriate, right? So cut off.
You could start flirting with your husband. And for instance, I have a friend, she lives in Miami and she's married. And she has this energy of this marriage that she always putting spice in the relationship, and she's always teasing her husband, and she says, today is singles day. He goes out with her friends, I go out with my friends, and in some moment in the night we play, he calls me or either I call him, and we start, he gotta chase me to figure out where I am with my friends. And then we play as if it was the first time we met. And how much fun and playfulness.
That's brilliant.
Isn't it brilliant? And she's been married like 15 years, and they look like they just met because they have this playfulness and this energy of playfulness. And she goes out not with married women, she goes out with single women because she wants to keep this energy, sparkling energy, like, wow, I am still single, and my husband still have to conquer me, and every day, and I'm willing to. It's fun for me because it's a choice too to be in a relationship, a fun relationship, instead of by the program that we have to maintain a relationship. And okay, this is a single call, and we are talking about relationship and lots of. What if we could ask questions about how to be happily single? What is this? And what can we create from this space? Can you create more of you?
Yeah.
Can you invite more people to your world?
For me, the question would be, how much can I enjoy myself today? What would I love to add? What would I enjoy being? What would be a fun experience for me today? And just play with that. And frankly, I'm not much for titles, so I don't care if you call it single, married, upside down, inside out, whatever. It's just, okay, hi, I'm me today. What would me enjoy being or doing or having or playing with or tasting or relishing, or, who would I love to go out with? Who would I love to connect with? Who would I love to talk? Yeah! Yeah. Like if I were living my life as a celebration, what would I choose? What would I add? How much fun could I have? And what if, some people say, okay, a single night or date night or whatever the case is. What if, once or twice a week or whatever works for you, could be every day, you'd have a, special date time with you, special honoring time. Like in Access, when we speak about money, we talk about having the honoring account. Well, what if we have the honoring playtime for us? What if maybe it's taking a bath? Maybe it's listening to something or reading something by candlelight. What if it's sipping something delicious and having that time to just be with and connect with us? Or if it's going out, and walking around sensually on a beautiful pair of heels and in a, dress that makes you feel like you're coming alive. That space of choosing what's going to work for you, having that honoring and that gratitude like we spoke about before with ourselves. It's a choice. It's a choice.
And we are organizing a retreat for single, right? Rachel, would you like to introduce this? Talk about it?
Sure. In May, middle of May, in Mykonos. So it's a beautiful,
Greece, sexy Greece.
amazing,
Oh my God.
sensual place. Yes. Under the sun and the deep blue sky in Mykonos, we're going to be playing with the joy of being single. Literally playing, sensual, enjoying our bodies, enjoying everything.
Sensations, spicing coaching.
Oh yeah.
And lots of bossa yoga, dancing, communion with nature.
And receiving from everything and everyone, the flavors, the views, the people around us.
Yeah, and will it be a retreat just for single people, or everybody's invited, Rachel? You talk about it.
Well, we call it the joy of being single. I'm married, right? So technically I'm married. And it's the same invitation. It's this energy of being single. It's I am me, I am whole, I am complete, and I'm coming to celebrate me. So that's the invitation, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're not in a relationship, whether you're just in a relationship with yourself, you're joyfully single, you're joyfully married, you're joyfully you. It's for everyone who's interested in connecting and into celebrating and into being complete.
Yeah. And what else is possible?
I wonder. That one's going to be really yummy. That one's going to be really
And, I think that we are coming to the end of this call. And Karina, I would like to ask you something else.
No, I was really fascinated listening and just hearing what you had and how similar, in a way, we look at being single. Because I've been separated from my husband now for 23 years. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm good company for myself.
Did you marry you?
Huh?
Did you marry you?
That is something I might have to really consider and still do. I like that suggestion.
Wow. Because since I got divorced the second time, I married me and I am having a love affair with myself.
That's the key. That love affair.
I like that idea.
Yeah. And last week, a friend of mine asked me like, hey, what's your, in English, what's the state of, how can I say in English, the state of, what is the, estado civil, how can I say?
Your relationship status, your civil status.
Relationship status. I was trying to translate from Portuguese to English, and I told her, I am happily single, running away from problems. And she was like, really?
Well,
what if we could have this space of this is the moment that I'm marrying myself, having this day, I'm dating myself, and sometimes I invite somebody to enjoy this party, you know. And creating a relationship or dating from this space is so much more fun for both of us, and creates so much more consciousness in the world, because it's not the space of needing lack.
Yeah. And desperation. Because
That's
what
right.
happens in many of the people who are so busy looking to be fulfilled by someone else, there's a sense of desperado. Why don't you? You know, this energy of you have to have that to be able to survive.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, when you're dating yourself, and you can date yourself within, you know, a marriage with someone else, for example, that for me has been a learning journey over the last few months. Rather than me always looking to him to fill my needs, I'm filling my needs now. And so then I can have fun with him, and there isn't this energy of he has to make me happy. I choose to be happy. And then it makes everything come alive much more. I can tell you it shifted my relationship with my husband. And I'm calling it relationship just because, you know, I happen to be civil status, whatever you want to call that thing, married, right? And in being married, this past few months, my relationship is filled with a lot more ease, a lot more laughter, a lot more joy than it has been previously. And I keep choosing every day. It's not a given that, you know, I'll be married for the next 20 years, and it's not a given that I won't be married for the next 20 years. It's I'm choosing every day, and I'm letting go of whatever it was before, and then, hey, I wonder what can show up. And it's a like how to explain it. It's not based on the past. It's this living and changing and opening.
Destroying and creating the relationship every 10 seconds.
Yep.
With a tool of access consciousness. Like, what if you could, every relationship, any relationship, doesn't mean that you are married. Relationship with your job, with your money, with your kids, with your anything, any relationship, because everything that we got locked into like a necessity, it cuts off who we be. And it's so much more fun, and you're such more an invitation for any relationship when you are creating from this space and energy of, wow, who am I here, and what contribution can I be for me, and how can I fulfill myself and create from this place of honoring, trusting, create intimacy with myself, and never giving up, never give up, never give in, and never stop. And I'm so grateful for the tools of access consciousness, because until I found those tools, I didn't know how to function in this world. Like, because I thought, as Brazilian and the Latino culture, coming from a Latino culture, we see, you know, in the novelas that we were born to marry someone, the Prince Charming, and everything will be perfect when we meet Prince Charming. And I've done this already. And after I found access consciousness, and created so much more expansion in my world, when I see that I have other possibilities, infinity possibilities, and choose differently.
You no longer have to be a princess waiting on someone to, you know, come riding past and sweep you off your feet and put you on his white horse. You're a queen. And you could rule the kingdom, not require anything.
Yeah.
And you're happy to play.
Yeah, because the princess needs the king to be princess, right? But when you are in innerly queen of your life, queen of the joy of your life, you can, oh my God, you can create so many things, you know, because the queen is the queen, you know. You don't need a king to manage to create your kingdom. You're already. And I would like to invite every woman to step on this space of queen, the kingdom of you as a woman. And
Queendom. Queendom.
Queendom. Choose to create beauty and lots of fun and pleasure in your kingdom. Queendom. In your queendom. Queendom, I like this word. Queendom. I've never heard this word.
Me too. No, you said kingdom and it went bleh, bleh, bleh. No. And that's okay.
You're brilliant at creating names. What's the day? Another day we were talking about and you created pleasure. What was it?
Pussy plet? No, puss. I can't remember.
There's something about pussy. And we were talking about the
possibilities.
Possibilities.
Possibilities only. Possibilities. Because as women are kind of, you know, where we can certainly, well, my body's been a lot more activated and joyful. I've read a phenomenal book that I found in December, I guess, called Pussy, A Reclamation. And I have never been more changed by a book than I have, well, probably have, being you changing the world.
So
far. That book opened my eyes to everything that I had been cutting off and denying and not willing to look at. And it opened up these possibilities for me, these possibilities for me. And it's not having to have someone else. It's me being able to be me and enjoy me. And when I'm able to enjoy me, then the rest of the world can have fun with me too. And there's this invitational energy, not this, I'm desperate and I have to chase things all around kind of energy. And it's delicious.
And when you are in this space of, I honor my, first of all, this book talks about this, no? The recline the pussy, our pussy, that is like in this reality is something that we were taught to be shame and hide and not even talk about this word. And this book explains such a magnificent way of like, what if there is nothing wrong by owning and climbing our pussies? And this space of like possibilities. Yeah. We are women, and that's the joy and the brilliance that we are when we don't exclude any part of ourselves, and we are like we be, and we can inspire other women to choose more who they are and to choose more to the kingdom, to be the queens and change the world.
Possibility queens.
Yeah, because we women, we really are change makers, and we can create lots of things from this space of joy and pleasure. And first of all, creating this time for us to being single or married, it doesn't matter, but choosing for ourselves and embrace our brilliance, and inspire other women. Because when we have something we immediately want to share, to have other women around, and that's the beauty of being this sisterhood and create something different to the world. And we have so many women doing this brilliantly, just stepping up and say, hey, let's go, like, what is this? And what is possible here? What contribution can I be? Just asking questions. And that's the invitation we want to make in this call, and invite, if you are single, married, or come to our retreat and come to play. Grace is so beautiful, and it will be lots of fun.
And every day, add things to your life. Add things that are joyful and wonderful for you. celebrate you. Look at yourself in the mirror as you're walking past and wink. Enjoy celebrating a day of gratitude and a day of love with yourself, for yourself, regardless of relationship status, every day, even for a few moments every day. And it will change how you be and how you see the world. Keep your inner light stoked.
Yeah. And there is the day of Thanksgiving, right? The day Thanksgiving, and tomorrow will be the Valentine's Day. What if you could mix those days? And if you're single and you're feeling like out of this reality, you could like be thankful for who you be, and go out with your friends, have lots of fun, enjoy, and create this space to be with you or stay with you, and create a beautiful night with yourself. And I was getting better than that.
I love that.
So we.
So thank you everyone for watching, for being, for celebrating you, and for enjoying yourself at every moment. We look forward to connecting with you now or in the future, or both sometime. It'll be lovely.
And thank you. Karina's right. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, Karina. And
Marizete.
Thank you, Rachel. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.